I'd like to welcome and call to order this meeting Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. We'll begin standing for the invocation, which will be brought to us by Chief Joe Quay, followed by Councilman Breland leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
Let us pray. Lord, just thank you for allowing us the opportunity to gather tonight, Lord. We take that for granted, but you've got us all here, and I thank you for that, Lord. Just pray for wisdom for the council as they make decisions for your people, Lord God. Just pray wisdom upon them, and that everything we do here will be done to glorify you. I also pray for the family of James Birch. I pray that you be with that family during their time of mourning, Lord God, and comfort them in ways that only you can, Lord. And pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Sorry. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tonight, I am very honored and consider it a privilege to recognize the life of William Bruce Dub Herring Jr., a man whose impact on Picayune went far beyond business. Through Herring Ford, Pawpaw's Camper City, and his many ventures, Dub built not just successful companies, but a legacy rooted in hard work, humility, and a genuine love for the Picayune community. He served in the Navy during the Korean War, played football at Holmes County Junior College, and became a beloved local figure through his charisma and dedication to customer service. But perhaps his greatest legacy lies in the heart for service. He co-founded Daystar Ministries and Home of Grace and founded Jacob's Well Recovery Center for Women, offering healing, hope, and support to so many. Deeply rooted in faith, he served his church for decades as a deacon and Sunday school director, and he was recognized as Picayune Citizen of the Year in 1993 for his generosity. Tonight, as we present this plaque to the Herring family, we will remember not just a businessman, but a builder of lives, a man who gave selflessly and loved unconditionally. His legacy will continue to shape our community for generations. And in true Dub Herring fashion, that's a good car, Pawpaw. At this time, I've invited Dr. Adam Brearwood, President of Pearl River Community College, to come up and say a few words, please, sir. And thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think one of the greatest attributes that the good Lord could ever give us is the ability to change the dynamics of a room with a simple laugh, with a simple smile. For all of us that had the opportunity to know Mr. Dub, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember the night that we lost Mr. Dub, and Shannon, my wife, and I were talking, and what we remember the most. And it was that smile and that laugh. His ability that when you're visiting with him for a few minutes, as soon as you walk up, you feel important. And as soon as you left his presence, you felt even more important. I remember a trip, Miss Donna, to Kansas, a 14-hour bus trip. Mr. Dub drew the short straw. He had to sit next to my wife the entire time, right across the. And she's a bit of a talker, and I was trying to sleep. And for 14 hours, they visited. I remember most of that conversation as I dozed off, but I would always hear that smile and that laugh. But I got to hear his story. Isn't it amazing how somebody that went through everything, the adversity that he faced early in his life, with goodwill, with the power of never saying die, keep moving forward, never quit attitude, what it can do and what it can do for so many people. I know he changed my life. I know he changed the lives of so many that he came in contact with. And it's not about what he did publicly, it's about what he did behind the scenes. What a truly remarkable man. Several years ago, we decided at the college to let our baseball field, and for those of you who know about our baseball program, it's one of the best in the country, for that field to bear the name of Dub Herring Park. It's affectionately referred to as the Dub. You'll see our students all over campus on campus wearing shirts that say the Dub. We're very conscientious and somewhat hesitant at times when we decide to put somebody's name on a facility. Most of our buildings are named after counties, maybe a few college presidents in the past, but very few people that just reside in our community. Our cafeteria, we had a lady that worked there for 55 years, and that was her name. And that wasn't about a monetary contribution. That was about the character that we wanted to be instilled in our students. When we just started to discuss the name for the baseball field, there was no doubt about it, Mr. Dub Herring. And why? Not simply because of his tremendous support of our institution in the past. It was because we wanted his life to emulate. He always emulated everything that we want to instill in our student athletes, the generosity and the passion and the pride and the respect and the class and the character. It's so funny now when you hear students say, who is Dub Herring? Because we have students from all over the state, and the opportunity to visit with those students and tell them about Mr. Dub, and that's how we start every baseball season. To the entire Herring family, you know how much we care about you guys. You know how much Mr. Dub meant to us. It was truly an honor to get to know him, and to celebrate his legacy here tonight is also a tremendous honor. So I appreciate the time, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much, sir.
And also, if you would remain up here, at this time, I would like to invite anyone that would like to come from the Herring family. Up front here, we have a plaque to present, and I would ask that the council stay up here by Harvey, because I got a feeling there's gonna be more than one show to come up. So I'll meet you down here. If you could join in, Dr. Bearwood.
How you doing?
Y'all wanna stand there?
Thank you, brothers. Appreciate you.
Want to get in front of you, so you can move around me. In loving memory of William Bruce Dub Herring Jr., with sincere gratitude and respect, the city of Picayune honors Dub Herring for his decades of dedicated service and his lasting impact as a local businessman, mentor, and community leader. His generosity and vision helped shape the spirit of Picayune and will continue to inspire for generations to come. At this time, I'll start with Councilwoman Turner. Would you like to say anything?
I don't really know where to even start. Coached his grandchildren in sports, bought cars from Mark. Miss Donna was at Pearl River when I went there way back in the day, but no, when I went, she was the cheer coach back then, and anyway, had great memories of that, and Mr. Doug will be missed greatly.
Mr. Luke,
Yes, sir.
I had the blessed privilege of working with Paul. Joe, you remember when Lorenzo and Mars, T-ball, all the way up soccer, and it was a blessing. And you all have been one of the nicest families he's had. Seriously, thank you.
I'll say something. Of course, we go back. Not that far back, but we go.
I didn't mean it like that.
see. Enjoyed every minute. We had some good times. One thing that I remember about Mr. Dove was Picayune baseball. He loved Picayune baseball. He was one of our biggest cheerleaders. And I will never forget, I mean, he just didn't miss a game. And he was, I forever will, I will see him sitting at the games and cheering on, especially the year that we won state. And he was one of our biggest cheerleaders. And just a great man that everybody admired in this town. And all of you, love all of you dearly. All of you. Thank you so much for letting us honor him tonight.
Mr. Miller?
Briefly, there's a lot of things I'd like to say, but some of the family and I talked earlier about the many contributions, especially with our youth, our athletic programs, and Papa loves sports. Everybody that knows him knows what the contributions he made. But we're honored and privileged as a city to do this. I'm thrilled to be part of this. I'll tell y'all all right now, and I personally can't think of a better human being, a better man to honor him tonight in this capacity as Papa Dub Heron. So thank y'all all.
That's a good call, Papa. He was a sweet man, and if anybody go to him and anybody want to go to rehab, he would send them to rehab to get some help. So I can say that for him. He was always there to lift a hand with sending someone to rehab, and that's a good thing, you know, because everybody don't care about everybody on drugs, but he did. So he was good.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of personal interaction with him, obviously, but I got to grow up hearing tons of great stories of just what an awesome human being he is, what a great man he is. I've met some of his former employees, talk about what a great boss, and that's the type of people we need in this world, and that's the type of people we need to honor, and so he was a great man.
Thank you. Very, very welcome. Thank you all. Thank you. I appreciate you. That was real.
That was one of the nicest things we've ever done.
Okay, no mayor updates tonight. City manager report.
None tonight, thank you.
Okay, consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Bumpers. May I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion on the consent agenda. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the docket tonight?
So moved.
Have a motion by Councilwoman Stevens. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Questions? Anybody got any questions about the approval of the docket? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. New business, finance administration.
I have a question. Are we allowed to move something towards the end? Would we need a,
Yes, you can always, on the agenda, the council has the discretion, if it's agreeable for more, to move an item to the foot of the docket, put it in the agenda if you want to. You can always have that authority to do that. I would just think they just take a motion to move it.
Okay? Is that in the form of a motion to move it to the end of the agenda?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. It's good. Go ahead. It's fine. Go ahead.
Which
Go
one?
ahead.
The finance.
Are all of these are all of these amendments tonight, or just the number one?
All three of items 1 through 3 in finance are amended.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, my question is, what are we moving, the entire finance administration?
I think that's mainly the TIF stuff. All of it's the TIF stuff?
No, I have a right-of-way agreement with the Gulf South Pipeline to,
Essentially, I would like to move it just to the end, I have a few questions, probably getting a deeper conversation with that, and so.
okay. So you've made a motion,
Mhm.
and is there a second with
I'll second.
Councilwoman Turnage? And, any more discussion? Motion, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Motion passes. That will be set for the end of the agenda.
Yes, sir, that would be down before, for clarity purposes, it'd be after the police department.
Okay,
so
next item.
Number 4, consider request to accept partial right-of-way agreement from Gulf South Pipeline Company. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Councilman Hickman. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Code enforcement. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Consider request to hold a public hearing for property cleanup at the following properties.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion is Councilman Hickman. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion? We have a motion, a second. I'm asking if there's any discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, proceed.
First off, I need to go ahead and remove item A, which is PIN number 050697. That property has been cleaned by the owner and no public hearing needed. Also, item number C, which is PIN number 024987. That property can be removed. The owner has brought me a plan of action to continue finishing the cleanup, and so that one is good as well.
Okay,
Then the first one from there would be item B, PIN number 023204, which is a vacant lot at the corner of 6th and Beach Street. This property was cited back in September as an overgrown lot, and they were given till June to have the violation corrected. This is a property that's been cited at least 3 times in the past, to my knowledge, and as of to date, there's been no contact information other than the address on file for the owners, and there's been no attempt by the owner to make any type of contact with me after letters and notices have been sent and posted.
okay, your recommendation?
My recommendation is that we declare this property a public nuisance and set it for cleanup.
Okay, and, is there anybody representing the vacant lot at 6th and Beach Street that's present tonight? Okay, do I have a motion to declare this property, as a nuisance property cleanup? Do I have a motion?
Oh, I'll motion.
Okay, Councilman Hickman, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes to declare that property. Next property.
The next property is item D, which is PIN number 028958, with the address of 1116 Jackson Landing Road. Again, this is another property that was cited in June for an overgrown lot. Owner was given till June 16th, 2025 to have the property violation corrected. The owners live out of town, and again, they have made no attempts to contact me from the notices that was sent and the violations that were posted. And so again, my recommendation is to declare this property a public nuisance and have it set for cleanup.
Is there anybody present tonight for 1116 Jackson Landing Road, representing that property? Okay, you've heard the recommendation. Do I have a motion to declare that property?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Need to close the-
Planning and zoning. I'm sorry. Oh, exit. Do I have a motion to exit the public, or close the public hearing?
So moved.
Okay. Councilwoman Turnage makes the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Councilman Hickman seconds that motion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Okay. Planning and zoning. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you. First item, consider an application for a case review from Health One to combine 3 parcels located on Highland Parkway. The PIN numbers for the parcels are 052642 and 052643, and a portion of 052421. And they would like to build a sleep center. The parcels are Zone C3, Highway Commercial. They are located in Picayune Council District 1, and the flood zones are, part of the parcels are located in A, which is a high-risk area that is subject to a 1% annual chance of flooding, and the other parcels are in X with a minimum to moderate flood hazard. And the owners and representatives are here from Health One if you guys have any questions. But my action requested is to approve the request as submitted and authorize the mayor to sign the plats and documents.
Okay. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion by Councilwoman Turnage. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Breland. Discussion.
That was just.
Hickman.
I'm sorry. He was on a run there, so. Thank you, Ms. Lynn. Councilwoman Bumpers. So we have a motion and a second. Discussion? Anyone discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Second item is to consider application for a case review from Shane Rayner of Big Boy Distributors to combine 2 parcels on Wildwood. The PIN numbers are 054194 and PIN number 021513. The parcels are Zone C3, Highway Commercial. They are located in Picayune Council District 1, and the flood zone is X, which is minimum to moderate flood hazard. And the owner is here, the developer is here if you guys have any questions. But the
Okay.
action requested is to approve the request as submitted and authorize the mayor to sign the plat.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Bumpers. Discussion.
Yes, I have a few questions. Who's the,
Okay.
okay,
Mr. Shane?
hi. I'm good.
Mr. Shane,
Yeah.
you want to come up to the mic so they can hear you? Thank you, sir.
So combining these lots will give you an actual right-of-way into that property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second question, the trucks that are there, is that how it's gonna stay? I was under the impression there was going to be a building and it was gonna be a bakery distribution center.
It's gonna be a distribution center, and I was gonna, make it look a building. I was gonna sheet metal it down to the ground, you know, on all sides, so it will look like a building when it's completed.
Okay, are you gonna put up any type of fencing around?
And that,
The reason I'm asking is I've had some complaints from the surrounding that it just looks like a storage facility for trucks, and, that there were people early in the morning coming out of one of the trucks. So I don't know if it, I mean,
Yeah, it's been discussed, yes.
so I was just having some questions about,
yeah, I don't know
that.
why anybody would be coming out of any one of them trucks early in the morning,
yeah, so that would be
or any
somebody
time of the
that's
day, yeah.
trespassing,
Yeah, it had to be.
yeah, so
No.
I'm just curious.
Right, right. So you can't put a fence up, I heard, in that area, so I was gonna put shrubbery along the property
Okay.
lines, you know. So it's basically gonna be like a transfer station, a distribution center, I'm a dairy distributor,
Okay, so not a bakery,
not a bakery, no.
okay?
I sell big boy, gooey cakes, so that might be
Okay.
where that
That came from?
came from, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Did you have anything else? Anybody have any other questions, comments? Okay, I think we're ready to take a vote on that. We have a motion, a second, we've had discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, sir. Motion passes.
Thank y'all.
Public Works,
Thank you, Mayor.
thank you.
Good evening.
Evening.
Consider request to reject all bids received for the new street sweeper for the Public Works Department and authorize mayor to sign the official bid rejection letter. Action requested, approved request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a motion by Councilman Breland. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion.
Yes, for clarification, with number 1 and 2, and then we come back with 3 and 4. Am I correct in assuming that 1 and 2, when we get to 3 and 4, the rationale for 1 and 2 is explanation for 3 and 4?
That's correct.
Is that correct?
I would say, yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So evidently, for 1 and 2, it has to be a reason for 3 and 4. Is that because it's financially advantageous to the city to do it that way?
So, on the first bid request, there was a lack thereof, I guess, of advertising the bid properly in the newspaper. So, once we realize that, we need to cancel that bid proposal and basically rerun the process through our third-party reverse auction bid process. So basically, we need to resubmit, after we cancel these two, resubmit, advertise it in the paper for 2 weeks, do the online bid process again, and then return back with a final price of the dump truck and street sweeper.
Okay, so basically, is it correct to assume that normally, when we do that reverse auction, the price is normally decreased?
That would be a fair assumption, yes, sir. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, not really changing the process, just
Right,
fixing a step that we didn't complete the
Right.
first go-around.
okay, thank
Yep.
you.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item.
Would be number 2, consider request to reject all bids received for the new dump truck for the Public Works Department and authorize mayor to sign the official bid rejection letter. Action requested, approved request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Hickman seconds the motion. Discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item.
Consider request to re-advertise for bids for a new street sweeper for Public Works Department by utilizing the municipal reverse auction process. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Turnage. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion? Any discussion or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes.
Consider request to re-advertise for bids for a new dump truck for Public Works Department by utilizing the municipal reverse auction process. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion.
These will go in this week, or as soon as we have approved this, that,
Yes,
Those
ma'am, from my
bids will be-
understanding, it will be posted tomorrow following tonight's meeting, pending your results. And then, it has to be advertised for 2 weeks. Then it would go back to the reverse auction bidding process, which I think.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. Yeah. And then following that process, then return back with pricing.
That's correct.
Any other discussion or comments on this item 4? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
sir. City engineer? Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Request approval to enter into a CE&I Construction Engineering and Inspection Agreement with Duncan Engineering for the support facility project at the Oaks of Crosby Commons. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize the mayor to sign all related documents.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Councilman Hickman. Discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item.
Request approval to re-advertise for public bids for the support structure at the Oaks at Crosby Commons project. Action requested, approve request as submitted, please.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Councilwoman Turnage, thank you. And do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion or comments?
Why do we need to re-advertise?
The first advertisement was approximately June of 2024, and the bids came back much higher than expected, and there wasn't funding to pursue letting that contract.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Next item.
Request approval for mayor to execute the official agreement from the contract between the City of Picayune and Holiday Construction for the Avigation Hazard Easement, Heavy Clearing, and Grubbing Project. Action requested is to approve request as submitted and authorize the mayor to sign all related documents.
May I have a motion?
so moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion.
Yeah, Erie, can you give us a brief synopsis on that, please?
I'll be happy to. So originally, in the last meeting, y'all authorized the low bidder at our suggestion. And one of the requirements for that winning bidder was that they provide a performance bond and a payroll bond. Well, when they went to their insurance carrier to provide that for us, their insurance carrier would not write those bonds without there being a contract established. So whereas there didn't need to be a contract established, we're establishing one for that purpose. And based on our anticipated action tonight, your anticipated action tonight, we are in receipt of those bonds today. We just got to provide the signed contract to them after tonight's vote.
Okay, is there any further comments?
That's it. Thank you.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, and thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Police Department?
Yes, sir. Number one, consider request to approve out-of-state travel for Shane Cunningham for LPVO operator course in Bogalusa, Louisiana on November 7th, 2025. We're just needing to ratify that travel. We didn't find out about this class until close to the window for the last council meeting, and we weren't able to get that on there, but because of the close distance, he went ahead and paid for it himself, and so this, if you approve it, we can reimburse him. The action requested is to approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Item two.
Consider request to approve out-of-state travel for Jake Petrie and Justin Miller to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, for low-light applications training on November 11th through the 20th, 2025. Action requested is approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Back to this one. Okay, all right, Finance Administration, items 1, 2, and 3, if you'll take us through that, please.
Okay. Item one, consider request to authorize resolution approving amended and restated local agreement and developer agreement in connection with the Exit 10 TIF. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland, may I have a second?
Second. I'll
Second by Councilwoman Stevens. Discussion.
Mr. Lyons. Come on. What's changed compared to the first to what we have now?
Sorry?
What's changed compared to what we first?
Somehow the number got changed, and not me or the developers became aware that the pledged amount of the ad valorem tax from the city went from 100% to 50%. The impact is it'll kill all the projects. On the branch project alone, you got a $47 million investment going there, there's $6.8 million of infrastructure. By reducing that millage pledge to 50%, it's over $1 million. Kills the deal. And none of us were aware of it. And unfortunately, I was very ill when the documents were coming through from the county, and I audited the county. Usually the county doesn't get involved in a development agreement. In this case, they did. A lot of stuff happened. And then when I was going back through about a week ago, reading, I thought there was just an error. I thought it was an administrative error. And it turns out somebody made a decision, well, let's just change it to 50%. Nobody told the developers, told me. Kills the deals. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so it's
And
to
I've
your
never written one
understanding
like
and
that.
all the developers and everybody's that it was just, I guess, clerical
I had never once
just
not shown 100% ad valorem on any project in the last 20 years, except for one in Madison where we did 75% sales tax and 75% ad valorem.
Okay.
So I don't know where the number came up or changed. I caught it. I called the bond attorney. I said, don't file it with the attorney general. Wait, this is an error. And we talked, and it's like, let's get back on the agenda here and get this corrected. Now I've got to go back to the county, have them spread it across their minutes because they're a signed party of the development agreement as well, even though it doesn't affect them.
So to my understanding, the residential stuff, is that still 100% on that?
No, we're not changing anything else. I think the community messed up on the residential part of this. I tried to help. I got kind of pushed away on that whole thing from the county side. I'd love to talk about it a little bit, just from an economic development point of view, so people understand. When you build a house, you average about 3.5 consumers in your marketplace. They spend about $75,000 in retail sales in your local market. It's about $1,000 of rebated tax to the city per person
going in there. The taxes associated with an individual home are very, very little, because you get homestead, and you're retired and disabled veteran. There's no money in the ad valorem tax of a house. But when you build a house, I'm gonna use one of our developers here, he's building 15 nice houses. There's no infrastructure there, so he's having to put the money out in the infrastructure. I think it was about $500,000. So the county had a problem with that. We don't want to help support housing development. The infrastructure is being conveyed over to the city. But what that was doing is, he's going to spend $500,000 on infrastructure, and he's going to get $0 back on the TIF because there's no money in the 15 houses of taxes. It doesn't generate enough money for a bond. But what it did is, it induces him to go ahead and do the 10 million or the 25 million total that he's planning on his other properties, if he wants to get that $500,000 back. So it was a real carrot to get him to keep going.
Yeah.
But instead, everybody beat him up. We don't want to cover houses. We don't want to cover houses. And houses are great for economic development of the community. The more people who live here, the more people consume here, quality of life goes up, the demand for services go up, and more importantly for all of you, if you own homes here, your equity goes up because market demand goes up. It's real simple. But there was a very anti-residential feeling that got started in the narrative with the county. I tried and got shut out of the conversation. So we don't care about that. It doesn't really matter. It's not where the big picture is. The big picture here is you've got roughly $75 million being committed into this marketplace in the first phase between 3 developers, and they're all local developers. They don't have to invest here. They can invest in the stock market. They can invest in other markets. Because they're local investors, I treat them a little differently because they have an emotional connection to the community. They're maybe not looking for the highest return on investment, but they're business people, and they're not gonna invest this money and lose money. So just the branch development group with $6.8 million of public infrastructure, including the road that we're hoping to tie back into that neighborhood if the city does the annexation and we can get that right away. It's huge for the community. It's huge for that neighborhood to get them out to the highway. It makes the Exit 10's commercial value go way up in the sky. I've brought 2 additional developers to commingle with these developments because they're hearing about what's going on. And so I apologize that we're here. Trust me, I don't want to be here.
Okay.
I didn't expect to be here, frankly. And now I got to go be back at the county again. But this, as far as I'm concerned, was somebody made a decision in a room in a vacuum and didn't realize the impact of it. And I want to give you one more example of how TIF really induces people. One of the developers here, I'm going to pick on him, Mr. Mishra, he's talked to y'all many times about abatement, and he was planning a sleep clinic. That's all he was building, was a sleep clinic. But because of the TIF plan, he's now building a restaurant. He's not in the restaurant business, but he understood I can get some of my money back for all this infrastructure if I create something that generates retail sales. Because the sleep clinic doesn't generate a penny in retail sales. It's just a service, professional services. And so the TIF plan has already changed his plan. He's now building a restaurant right next to his sleep clinic as a result of this inducement. It's going to create jobs. It's going to create sales tax. It's going to create ad valorem tax for the city, the county, and the school. And when the bonds are paid off, all those monies go right into the city, county, and school district thing. So that is economic development in the pure sense. And so that's why we're here, is something happened. I don't know where it happened. I wasn't in the room, as they say, but something happened, and it was an error, I believe.
Okay, so in the last 20 years of doing this, there's been one project that you have not done 100%.
On the city ad valorem, that's correct.
Okay.
That's absolutely correct.
And that's because
The rationale of that, it's kind of a cultural thing. There's no rule, okay?
Yeah.
But the city gets the benefit of sales tax, and the county doesn't. So it's the most common TIF plan that I'll write is 100% ad valorem for the city. If sales tax is involved and it's a big enough project, we don't do sales tax if it's a smaller project. We typically do 50%. And the county will do anywhere from 50 to 100%, depending on the nature of it and the county's culture. Some counties won't do, like Harrison County will never do more than 50%. Forest County does 100%. I would have thought Pearl River County would have done 100%. It makes sense in a more rural area where you're competing to get these investments. They didn't. The developers are willing to go forward. The millages are not huge here. The big money is in the sales tax.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But just changing from 100 to 50 on that city ad valorem for the branch group was over $1 million. It kills the deal. It absolutely kills the deal.
All right, I have a few. Are you done?
Done.
Okay. Are you good?
Hmm?
Okay. I will, public publicly say I'm not opposed to any of these projects. However, my problem is that I got these papers to look through 5 minutes before I have to vote on, or an hour before I have to vote on something, and I haven't looked through it. I mean, I'm trying to pay attention to all the other stuff. And we're trying
Nothing's
to
changed except
just
50 to
stand-
100, not one comma. That's the only thing that's changed. And it's your bond counsel that wrote those papers. And we requested it, I guess it was on Friday, Thursday or Friday.
Thursday, and then we said
And-
we tried to get it in, and so we just had.
We, originally
I
said it's
mean,
gonna be the
I
next
understand
board
stuff
meeting.
happens. I just,
Otherwise, they
we're
would
trying to
put
make a
them all
decision
in.
about, we were advised
And he had said,
maybe
he,
something, and it's not what we were advised, so I'm just trying to make a decision for myself.
well, he had talked about the December meeting, and I was pushing because developments are already starting, they're clearing the ground. And another thing y'all need to understand is these development agreements are what they use when they finance the construction, it's collateralized. So the banks want that, and when they see 50%, it changes the loan, it changes everything. And so it has a big impact. So I apologize, but, I did not audit the city documents 2 weeks ago, I was sick, I was really sick. And I didn't expect this, 'cause I've never seen it in 20 years. And frankly, I would have thought somebody would have called me or the developers and say, well, we changed our mind, we've changed the plan. I never, ever presented anything but 100% to y'all from day one, ever. I've never done it anywhere, frankly.
Just wanna make
Okay.
sure, I mean.
Nothing adverse here,
Yeah.
but there's
My biggest
nothing in this.
concern is I just wanna make sure we're not doing anything crazy and.
It's very normal. Talk to your bond counsel, they'll tell you they do them every day. And I want to encourage y'all to realize how big a deal this is. This is a big deal, not a little deal. This isn't just a hotel or something, and it's not easy. I don't know that they're gonna build. And, they want to build, they got plans, they're spending a lot of money. But the world is moving fast here, and there's no guarantees. And you're either open for business or you're not open for business. And unfortunately, in the smaller communities, you've got to be even more competitive. Because they can go in the Hattiesburg market. It's such an easier market because there's so much more consumption there. It's more predictable. Or go into other markets that are outside the state. Y'all have a fantastic location. You've talked about it your whole lives. You have fantastic commercial real estate out on the highway. I'm talking to other developers that I work with and say, hey, go look at Exit 10 in Picayune. It's about to blow up. Everybody's getting excited. And so I've got 2 of them now engaged in dialogue about it. And that's how economic development works. And you will get your money. And the alternative, just keep doing what you've been doing and just have undeveloped land that has all the potential in the world. And I don't see anything that you're losing here unless you go forward and really make it work. And I just want to encourage you to encourage the community and the county government. Open your door, accommodate your developers. Do what you can do to make it easy, because every day is costing them a ton of money in capitalized interest. They borrow the money to do the construction. The bank doesn't care if it's raining or if they have to wait 2 more weeks to go to a board meeting to get approval on a permit or a zoning requirement. It's just interest. And every little thing is making it a little harder to make it make sense. And they don't want to go bankrupt, right? You wouldn't want them to go bankrupt. And that's the best I can say about it. And I'm here because I care about this town. I want to see this work. And I'm just telling you, when I contacted the 3 developers and said, hey, I apologize, I should have caught this 2 weeks ago. I apologized to each one of them profusely, and I said, but either this is just a big mistake or we need to fix it. And all 3 of them, independent of each other, said, this will kill the deal. I think maybe Mr. Mitchell's was not as remarkable, but it's still something. And so I just want to encourage y'all to understand this is very, very normal, and this is the right thing to do. And then I want you to work really hard to help them succeed.
Okay,
Mr. Newton.
hold on just a moment, please, sir. Hey, do you have anything else? Ms. Lynn? Go ahead. You good?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
For this, the way it's worded to be discussed, it had to be a motion for us to get to this point.
You're amending the development agreement that you adopted at your previous meeting
Right.
by going from 50% pledge to 100%. That's
Right.
all you're doing. You can amend a development agreement as often as you need to. It's not the same thing as having a public hearing. In other words, you're authorized up to 100% on all aspects, the sales tax and ad valorem. but we size the bond based on the development agreement.
Right,
And so-
but my point is that for us to get to a discussion type thing, it had to be a motion and seconded for this to be done.
Oh, okay, point of order, okay.
Okay, now, Mr. Attorney, what comments do you have concerning this situation from a legalistic standpoint?
Well, it's authorized in, code, Mississippi Code, specifically under the portion of the code dealing with municipalities. If you want maybe a historical example, y'all, I believe the city did a tax increment financing district, which brought Home Depot in here. And, some of y'all, I think, the councilwoman, Councilman Turner was on that. And that was a timely use of the TIF because we had Hurricane Katrina not shortly thereafter. And they provided an ongoing service to our community, in that area. So, I mean, that's a historical recount of that. So it's something that we have used before. It's, I think, I'm not bond counsel, but nonetheless, it allows you to get those infrastructures in there, those things that are important to the city. Developer is committed, they show a tangible commitment, they get repaid for their infrastructure investment, and then the city gets Ms. Ryan says, we get that increase that tax revenue, we get sales tax, which we get that. So, and of course, given the magnitude of these, I think we can probably see how Home Depot has impacted our community over on that side of town. We're just increasing that impact a little more. So these are legal documents. We've already adopted them. I think all we're doing is maybe just, not here, it's just we're changing a percentage there that again may have been just a mistake, and that's okay, so that's what it is. It's a commitment by the city toward the developers in that regard. So about what I see it as. So from a legal standpoint, you're authorized to do it. So does that answer your question, Councilman?
So, yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
And just for clarity, I can't think of more than 2 or 3 projects where they got 100% of their money back for infrastructure. It doesn't happen. You're not giving, in other words, the money that's funding the bond that you're gonna issue to reimburse these developers for that infrastructure, and they're gonna convey it to the city, is from their taxes that they're paying on their new buildings and the sales tax they're generating from their new businesses. But typically, it's 60-70% at best is what you'll see on that. But $1 million hit at the front end of that, that's 15% of the total infrastructure right off the bat. And so it just makes it even more bleak, and it makes it harder to get financing.
Okay. Are we in line for a vote now?
Yes, sir. Got a motion and a second.
We've motion second, we've had discussion and comment. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank y'all.
Next item.
Number 2, consider a request to authorize resolution approving amended and restated interlocal agreement and development agreement in connection with the Highland Parkway TIF. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens, second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item.
Number 3, consider a request to authorize resolution approving amended and restated interlocal agreement and development agreement in connection with the Prices Creek TIF. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Turner. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Councilman Hickman. Discussion? Discussion or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank
Thank you.
you. And I believe we're, the miscellaneous council members' business. Am I correct in that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start with Councilman Hickman, miscellaneous council members' business. Do you have anything tonight?
I hope I didn't offend anybody by doing that. I just wanted to make sure I understood exactly what was presented, and so.
Okay, Ms.
I
Lynn?
don't have anything.
Okay. Councilwoman Stevens?
Yeah, I have a couple of things. Chief Grave, will you please send our condolences to the Birch family? I know this has been a difficult week for y'all. And, Friday night is second round of, playoffs for the Picayune High School varsity football team, so roll Tide.
Y'all let me know which one.
Don't say nothing.
I just want to say, with the holiday season approaching, the city has several events that are taking place that are wonderful events to go to. So come out, support Picayune, support our downtown, go shopping, eat a steak, buy some presents.
Okay, and we have, I believe, the lighting, turning on the lights at the Crosby Commons. And it'll be happening at 1800 hours, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m.
What is it?
And we invite the public out, we invite everybody to come out and enjoy the festivities. We have a special guest that we invited while we were in Washington DC. We'll have Congressman Ezell. Normally, I hit the switch on the lights and make a little short speech, but we're honored to have Congressman Ezell that has called from Washington and said he has plans to be here Monday night. And I'm gonna yield to him to light the parks, light the boulevard, and turn on the Christmas lights for Picayune. And if he'd like to make a short speech, then we'll allow him to speak. But I can tell you, his office has been very kind and supportive of Picayune as we've made many trips to Washington, soliciting his help financially for the frontage road and other items. So anyway, that's a good thing. And Lisa, you wanna talk about Christmas on the Rails at all?
Saturday, December 6th, 2 to 8.
Okay, and so, anyway, those are things that are coming up. Let's see, miscellaneous council members' business, do we have any tonight? I mean, excuse me, do we have anything from the public?
You left him out.
You should have
Okay,
took
go
your
ahead.
turn.
Since we're not gonna have another council meeting, I'd like to just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Be blessed and enjoy.
December the 2nd.
I didn't know, I had to back off, I didn't know who was speaking and all that.
You're gonna take your turn today.
It's all good, it's all good.
December the 2nd.
All right, we want to have a motion to adjourn to December the 2nd.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Stevens, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Thank everyone for coming out. Motion passes. We are adjourned.